Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo February 4, 2022. Adopt a new outlook on life today, and realize that things change, regardless of how much you might long to hang on to the present situation. People may seem a bit restless and stubborn. Be careful that you are not caught up in someone else's busybody drama. A voice from the past might be talking to you out of nowhere, asking you to open up to their way of thinking. Today you could apply some self-help ideas to your life. You might see a situation in your family that needs some fixing. Maybe there are some communication problems where loved ones aren't seeing eye to eye. You could come up with a way to resolve this issue today. Maybe you can counsel the parties involved. If it's you who is at the center of the problem, you might adopt a new philosophy that will provide a more enlightened perspective. There may be a good deal of pressure on you today. Someone who is worried about getting behind on projects may push you to get ahead of yourself. Be careful not to put the cart before the horse. You're a hard worker and a good analyst. Trust your instincts and do things in the order in which you know they should be done. A lot of money may go in and out of your bank account today. Monies received will be very welcome, but you're more likely to use it to pay bills or for much-needed purchases than you are to stash it away. You might decide to put some towards a class you've been wanting to take or a long-awaited vacation. At day's end, you'll feel both relieved and satisfied. Take some time out to relax and enjoy your prosperity. Relations and friends are having a hard time with you and vice versa. Put an end to this mutual feeling of frustration, be honest with yourself and consider compromising on some points. Talking to people to clear things up is also a big help. Regard today's negative atmosphere as an opportunity to resolve conflicts permanently. Sometimes prolonged contact with an unfamiliar substance can lead you to develop an allergy. This is what's happening in the case of a mutual friend you share with you-know-who. Don't let this person come between you two. Whatever you try to achieve is criticized and unlikely to be accepted in a very favorable way, especially if you feel undue pressure to perform any kind of activity. It is far better to delay important activities or decisions until you feel positive about the outcome. Use your sense of humor to relieve any tension. You could be contemplating personal relationships today, trying to figure out how things can be improved. Your moods may vacillate back and forth today. 1 minute, all will become clear to you, and you'll know what to do. The next minute, your mind will flip-flop and change direction about the issue. Be patient on yourself and others today, as minor mood swings could lead to misunderstandings or harsh words. Look for a more peaceful day to instigate change. Today's vibrations will push you towards a new departure. Today, you should feel the first preliminary signs. You feel the need to move in every sense of the word, towards new ideas and contacts. In your professional environment, you could well have some very good news for the future. Things are changing for you on the inside and on the outside too. Today is a day for the new and the different. As close as you or your partner are, it may be that you've allowed yourselves to get into a rut. Routine is nice, but boring routine is not. Take matters into your own hands and plan an unusual evening out. Why not go roller skating or sign up for a line dancing class? Whatever you do together is bound to be fun and will re-energize your relationship. 3 days after a new moon in your work sector, the Sun catches up with Saturn here, aligning here today for just the second time in 3 decades. The other time was last January, just weeks after Saturn's return, but a year on, you are older, wiser, and this powerful planet has managed to embed himself into the resolve to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. With the asteroid Juno, the queen of commitment in her early days here, at work or with whatever it is that keeps you busy, expect to not only feel more motivated but clear on where to direct your time and energy. After aligning with Jupiter in your relationship sector yesterday, the moon aligns with Neptune here today, acting as a bridge between the planets of luck and dreams while allowing you to remain emotionally engaged and connected. This comes just as Mercury turns direct in your romantic sector, something that after Venus' direct turn here over the weekend ends a need to look back. A grand trine forms in the cosmos early this morning as the Libra moon, Saturn, and North Node all share positive energy with one another. The vibes here can help us find peace in the work that needs to be done on our path moving forward, bringing an element of clarity and understanding when it comes to personal or professional goals. Since some people will be asleep when these aspects occur, you should take a moment to think about your dreams when you wake up. It's possible the universe sent you a few guiding messages while you were wandering through the dream realms. Later, the moon faces off with healing asteroid Chiron. It's important that you put your needs first during this time and try not to be a people pleaser, especially if it impinges on your ability to take care of yourself. On the other end of this aspect, you'll want to make sure you're not being insensitive or dismissive of how others are feeling. If you find yourself in a conflict during the first part of the day, remove yourself from the situation until this evening when the vibe lightens up a bit. Tonight, take some time to lean into love and self-care. Check in with your mind, body, and soul and look for ways to bring any unbalanced elements of your energy back to where they should be. In the pre-dawn hours, the moon enters Libra, ending its void which began yesterday evening. At this time, we have renewed energy to kickstart projects dreamt up while the moon was in imaginative Pisces, but we can also make more work for ourselves by rushing through tasks or running roughshod over people who get in our way. While we can trust our head to steer us in the correct direction, we should aim to be heart-centered in our approach. The next 2 days are an excellent time for starting things, but not for seeing them through if they require extensive planning or patience. Also before dawn, Leo Mars forms a square to Ceres in Taurus, activating a T-square with retrograde Jupiter in Aquarius. The opposition between Mars and Jupiter will be exact tomorrow. This transit presents a conflict between two fundamental human instincts, self-preservation and the reflex to protect those we care about. We believe others must submit to us so we can help them. If they refuse our help, we lose our purpose, so we interpret this as defiance, an insult, or a threat. If someone does permit us to assist them, we will make sure they don't forget it. Reminders of how giving and generous we are subtly imply that we are owed a debt of gratitude, which inevitably breeds resentment, making the other party wish they hadn't asked in the first place. We should monitor our actions closely today. Self-reflection is the only way to determine whether we are out of line or overstepping another's boundaries.